A pregnant woman walked into a biker bar asking for help. What happened next will leave you speechless. The rain hammered the earth as if the sky itself was furious. Lightning tore across the night, and in the distance, a single figure stumbled along the empty highway. She held her belly with one hand and a soaked backpack with the other. Her name was Rachel, 7 months pregnant, scared, exhausted, and truly alone. Every step burned. Every breath trembled. She didn't know where she was heading. She only knew she had to keep going. For her child, she had to. She winced, clutching her stomach as another sharp pain struck. She whispered to her unborn baby, "Just hold on a little longer, please." Her eyes scanned desperately through the darkness until she spotted a flickering neon sign ahead. Devil's Mercy Bar. A biker bar. Loud engines. Rough crowds. Not the kind of place a woman like her would ever walk into. But she had no more strength left to search for safety. She pushed the door open. The music stopped instantly. Dozens of tattooed bikers stared at her, confused and almost annoyed. Leather jackets, steel boots, beards, scars, everything about them screamed danger. Rachel's voice shook, but she forced out the words, "Please, I need help." The biggest man in the room, towering and broad-shouldered with a long gray beard, stood up slowly. His name was Hawk, president of the biker club. He looked at her with a mixture of confusion and suspicion. "Lady, you lost or something?" he muttered. Rachel swallowed. Tears she had held back for miles finally spilled. "My husband, he's coming for me. He'll hurt my baby. I just need a safe place. Please." The bikers shifted uncomfortably. This wasn't their kind of situation. They fixed engines, settled scores, rode highways. But protecting pregnant strangers wasn't exactly on their agenda. A few scoffed. One whispered, "We don't need this mess, Hawk." But Rachel could barely hear anything anymore. The room spun. The pain intensified. She collapsed. Hawk caught her just before she hit the ground. Hours later, Rachel opened her eyes in a small room above the bar. A gentle humming filled the space, the sound of a woman singing softly. It was Marie, Hawk's sister, tending to her. She dabbed Rachel's forehead. "You're safe here. Rest," Marie said. But Rachel shook her head. "Safe? No, not yet." She revealed everything. Her husband, Derek, wasn't always a monster. In the beginning, he was charming, loving, but that faded fast. Possessiveness turned into rage, rage into bruises, bruises into fear. When she got pregnant, she hoped, prayed, that a child would change him. It only made him worse. The night she escaped, Derek swore he'd find her. And she believed him. Hawk listened to every word. His jaw clenched, eyes darkening with a familiar storm. The kind men get when they've seen too much of life's ugliness. The bikers held a quiet meeting downstairs. They weren't saints. They had pasts, each of them. But there was one code they swore never to break. Never lay a hand on a woman or a child. And now, one was asking them for help. The decision became unanimous that if Derek came, he would face them all. 2 nights later, that moment arrived. Engines roared outside the bar. Derek stormed in with 3 men and a gun. His eyes were wild. "Where is she?" he shouted. Rachel shook in fear upstairs as the bikers formed a wall between Derek and the staircase. Hawk stepped forward. "You're not taking her." Derek laughed coldly. "You think you can stop me?" he snarled, raising the weapon. The next seconds were chaos. A struggle, a shout, a punch, the gun skidding across the floor, boots slamming into the hardwood, tables crashing, and finally Hawk standing over Derek, breathing hard, holding him down until the police arrived. Derek was arrested. It was over, really over. Rachel cried into Marie's arms, releasing years of silent pain she had carried alone. And the bikers, rough, scarred, feared by the world, felt something they hadn't in a long time. Purpose. Weeks passed. With Hawk's help, Rachel testified and filed charges. The court granted her protection. The baby, a beautiful, healthy girl, was born 2 months later. Rachel named her Hope. On a sunny afternoon, Rachel returned to the same biker bar, not weak, not trembling, but smiling, with hope in her arms. The bikers gathered, awkward and shy around the tiny baby. Hawk gently held the child, eyes softening. "Thank you," Rachel whispered. "You saved us." Hawk shook his head. "No, you saved yourself. We just had your back." Rachel rebuilt her life. found a home, found peace. And the bikers? They kept riding, kept living. But now with one more story, one more reminder that even the roughest people can carry the biggest hearts. Because sometimes angels don't have wings. Sometimes they ride motorcycles.